And she's just in Bond Hill. You know, just minding her own business. I don't care what time of night it is. Very, very sad story. I mean, condolences to the friends and family. But also, now you're going to have a second death. Because if this man's, in fact, the perpetrator, he's going to jail for a long time. What's the backstory? And I'm sick and tired of every time this story is in the local news, they run this whole thing with Smitherman. I read it's like, where's journalism at? Same exact word for word. Smitherman has long said he hopes to change the no snitch mentality and encourage others to cooperate with police. I keep telling you, there is no snitch mentality. Black people in a lot of these neighborhoods are rightfully afraid about coming forward and working with police because of the long history of police and black community relations. If you want the black community to be more forthcoming, if you want the black community to feel as if they can trust police, well, then the police are going to have to go the extra mile to build those kind of relationships. And if this man is in jail, what does that tell you? More than likely, some people came forward with information and dropped a dime on this fool, and rightly so. I just hate it. I hate it when they try to run this anti-snitching mentality on the black community. I don't believe it really exists. I think it's been blown up as yet another example of blaming black people, blaming the black community for their own predicaments. It's your fault you're overrun by crime. Huh? Did you hear the latest over in East Walnut Hills? It looks like a building that has been around for some time. It used to be the old YMCA building over on McMillan. It looks like a developer is going to turn that into some luxury apartments. Just what we need. Some apartments that you can't afford. Way to go. Way to go. And I was looking at some of the other properties that this particular developer owns. And, man, listen, a 1,400, 1,200 square foot apartment, $1,200 a month. That building that used to be owned by the YMCA is being reported in local news that the YMCA sold it for $100,000. I did some quick numbers. It's 50,000 square feet. Let's say they sell about 35 units, 1,400 square feet apiece. That's $500,000 a year. Big money. Big money. If you've got it, invest in real estate. Let me take a pause for the calls. We'll come right back. My name is Nathan Ivey. Good morning to you. Currently 7:21 a.m. in the Queen City, and we'll be right back.
Did you know that birthday parties help build confidence in kids?
Yeah. Did you know that giving kids less sugar before bedtime helps them sleep better?
Oh, totally. Did you know that friendly kids have more friends?
Everybody knows that.
Hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
I didn't know that.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Good morning. Welcome back. Let's get back into it. Now, right before the break, we were talking about some local issues here. It looks like police have charged a man who was already incarcerated for a death that has left a lot of people in the city of Cincinnati asking questions. A 19-year-old woman died after being shot in Bond Hill. And it was just after 10 p.m. in the 5000 block of Reading Road. I know that area very, very well. My daughter spent last summer, every day of last summer, I don't know, many hours a day, going to the rec center out there. And at least, 2 or 3 times a week, they would walk, and I'm not sure if they took a back way or they walked on Reading Road, but they would walk to an area swimming pool. So I'm invested in this story, okay? As we all are, if we live inside the city of Cincinnati. Good morning, welcome back to the show. Nate Ivey with you. And this shot by a brother. I'm not going to call it black on black crime, but as a black man living in Cincinnati, what's up with that? I can't wait to hear the story. Was it a mistake? Was it mistaken identity? Did you think it was someone else? Who's raising these children? Is it time to start charging parents for these type of crimes? Now, at this point, the man's 19 years old. If he was a minor, you might say, yeah, but 19? Barely an adult. 19, wilding out? A few questions come to mind. Number one, was he on some type of substance? Was he high? Was he on shatter? Had he been drinking? Had he been drugging? What kind of pills was he taking? Was he smoking something? What was it? What was the nature of the beef or the mistaken identity that led for you to pull the trigger and just drive by? Many questions. Many questions. And also for the business community in Bond Hill, like we know what we want from law enforcement. We know what we're asking from the community. But what about the business owners, right, in the Bond Hill area, that little area right there? What can they do? What kind of impact can they have, right, to shut down the block? Should the brothers all get together and start walking the streets? Should the sisters start walking the streets? I mean, what do we do? Is there a curfew now, an unofficial curfew where nobody's allowed in that area of Bond Hill after 9 p.m.? You know what they say, it's getting hot. The summer's going to bring out the savages. What do we do? Or is it just another senseless, tragic loss of life? And all we can do is shake our heads and hope and pray that it doesn't happen to us or someone that we love. What do we do? What do we do? 50 Cent's got himself in some trouble. I think he's saying, like a damn fool. I mean, I'm not really impressed by 50 Cent. I never really have been impressed by 50 Cent. Some people got all caught up with the mystique of the fact that he got shot 9 times. I've never been a big 50 Cent fan. And now we're living in a digital age, a mobile age, an age where everyone wants to get clicks. He's got a couple of online ventures, most notably This Is 50, which is a website, something similar to maybe your World Star or something like that, where he posts outrageous videos. This is the first time 50's had to either apologize or has been asked to apologize or has said or posted something outrageous online. Okay. He posted some not so flattering and, shall we say, risque videos of a former rival's girlfriend, mother of the man's child, speaking of Rick Ross. And now the judge says he's got to pay up. And so he's going through, the Cincinnati airport, Northern Kentucky airport. He sees this young man, automatically assumes that he must be high. He must be on some kind of drugs, which, considering that so many people are on drugs these days, is not a stretch. But it turns out, oops, my bad. This young man's dealing with some developmental issues. And now the family is outraged, and rightly so. Before we get too deep, let me say good morning to everyone. I appreciate you. What's up, Omar? What's up, John? Did I say what's up, Deborah? Miss D's in the house. Good to see you. What's up, Pat? Good to see you. She said, much love to your mom. Happy birthday. I was an only child, Nate, for 6 years myself. Yeah, I had it good for about 6.5, 7 years. Then my brothers came. I tried to take them out, but it didn't work. I'll tell you that story one day. Tracy writes, 50 Cent is one rapper that I never liked. Hey, what's up, Jericho? Hola, mi familia. Good to see you. Mike writes, he's already got sued once for leaking videos. Tracy writes, is she related to Pierre Hummins? That's a good question. It's a good question. I would not be surprised. Robin writes, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Robin. Good to see you. Jericho writes, interesting. No outrage or comments regarding the disabled guy. Is it because he's developmentally challenged? Could be. Jared writes, good morning, everyone. Hashtag Team and I. Good morning, Jared. Good morning, Rhonda. Hey, Brent. Hey, Ashley. Good to see everyone. Speaking of C, did you see what's going on in Target? Christians are targeting Target. And wherever there is a Target, okay, and in that Target, they adopt the unisex bathroom policy. I believe that they are now a prime suspect to be targeted by other religious fanatics, okay? I call them fanatics because they take it too far. Whatever happened to live and let live? Why is it that there are some people who feel the need to make these public displays about their personal religious viewpoints? And I've made this point, I'm consistent. I made the same point about Mapplethorpe. I was a young G then, but even then, you know, that was beginning of a superlative flow. Even then it made no sense when Hamilton Countyans and Cincinnatians lost their mind over the Mapplethorpe exhibit. Did you ever see it? I saw it. Went to the exhibit. A friend of mine took me down there. I had no idea what I was getting into. And it's not my type of art. It's not what I want to wake up in the morning and go see. And I did find myself sort of grimacing a little bit. I'm like, what the hell is this? What the hell did you take me to, Rick? That was my friend's name, Rick. But at the end of the day, I could appreciate that other people could appreciate it. Wasn't my thing. But remember, the Cincinnatians lost their mind. You can't show that here. It's indecent. Oh, the devil's going to rise from the bottom of the Ohio River, and none of that happened. And it happens all the time. You know, we got people making these public protests against abortion, which is a woman's right to choose. And the way I challenge all of these religious fanatics from time to time is, are you ready to adopt these children and take care of them yourself? In most cases, they say, no. Well, then shut the hell up. If you're not willing to go to the adoption agency and start adopting these children, then you can't get on someone else because they decide that they don't want to deal with it. That's between them and their God, okay? We're all going to be judged if you believe in that kind of thing. We're all going to be judged individually. Individually. And so to this day, like, I'm not too far from it, right? In the city of Cincinnati, they've got a street called Mount Auburn Avenue in Mount Auburn. And if you drive down Mount Auburn during the day, you got a women's center on that particular street. You're going to see some of these folks out there, and I don't know who they're convincing. They never convinced me. But I think they're trying to prey on women who, you know, may have had an unplanned pregnancy, so they want to play the Jesus card. They want to play the emotion card. Don't kill your baby and don't do this. And they hold up these, I think they're pornographic images myself. They hold up these pornographic images of a mangled fetus. And I'm thinking, how is that? So wait a minute. So Mapplethorpe is bad, but it's okay for me to see a mangled fetus every day on my way to work. The hypocritical nature of Cincinnatians. Okay? Go home. If you really care about a child, go adopt some. You know what I'm saying? If you really care about the welfare of children and you want children to have a stable home, go adopt them. But they won't do that because they don't want the burden. They don't want the responsibility. Okay? It's easy to just hold up a pornographic image of a mangled fetus and try to shout down your righteous indignation on somebody else. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. These fools, go home. Now you've got people who are targeting Target. And let me sure I get my notes here together. I want to make sure I speak very correctly. In Oregon, yes, in Oregon and in Tennessee, I've got two clips for you. Could you imagine being in Target? I was just in Target maybe about a month ago, making a few purchases. And they are going into Target with their Bibles, screaming at the top of their lungs about the wicked and you're going to be judged. I'm not making this up. I wish I was. Here's one clip. This man says that it's time for a wake-up call. Check this out.